My husband's an engineer, and a few years ago, he was applying for a new job. I remember how grueling it was being someone over 50 trying to find a job in high tech. It really amazed me, and it was such a different world for him. Well, one day he comes into my office and he says, "I can't believe this." He looked like he was going to blow a gasket. He was so stressed. And I said, "What's wrong?" He said, "I'm an engineer. I have been coding. I've been VP of engineering. I've been managing projects. This application wants me to write an essay about what assets I might bring to the company." He says, "I have been working in the field for over 20 years. How am I supposed to do that in 500 words? I looked at him and I said, "You know, I've got a strategy that could work for you if you'll sit down and keep your mind open to look at this possibility." He says, "Anything. I'm not a writer." This is a man who takes about an hour to write a paragraph of an email if he has to really be careful about what he's saying. He's meticulous because he's not a writer. So I showed him this strategy. It's an awesome strategy. I sat down. We made a little circle on a piece of paper. It's just mind mapping, but it's a different way of looking at mind mapping. Something that I use that really has worked for a lot of people. And I said, "Okay, you've had 5 different jobs over your career. 5 different jobs. Let's pick one. Let's pick the first one. Okay, let's put that in the circle. Now, in that job, what 5 things do you think you brought to the company? Or even 3. What assets did you bring to that company?" So as he shared what his accomplishments were and what his assets were, I just put them out on the mind map. And okay, there's 1. All right, what's your next job? And we went through his 5 career steps, 5 jobs that he had over his career, and we jotted them out that way. And I said, "Okay, here's what you do now. You don't even need to start at any beginning. Don't worry about your introduction. Don't worry about your conclusion. Start at any one of these pieces of paper, the job that you resonate with the most, and then just write about that. You've got your little bullets. Now you know what you brought to the table, and just let it flow. You can always edit it later." He took a deep breath and he said, "All right, I'll try it." About 2 hours later, which is good for him, considering he takes an hour to write a paragraph on an email, he had his draft done. He said, "Wow, that worked. It made it so much easier." It's a strategy. It's a tool. And this is what I try to bring to the table to my clients when they're willing to open their minds and think about how can we work with the talents that we have. How can we work with those talents, whether it's our own talents to bring them to the table, or whether we're in management and we're trying to bring our employees' talents to the table. Now that worked for him. That mind mapping tool was successful for him to get the writing done. Now think about, would that work for you? Or could that work for some of the people who work for you? Think about your employees. Who could use this tool?